When did pleasure become suspicious? When did joy start making us feel irresponsible? When did rest give us more anxiety than work? Think about it. When somebody is enjoying their life too much, too relaxed, too happy, too at ease, what is your first thought? Be honest. It's probably some version of, what are they avoiding? What are they not dealing with? Oh, that can't last. We trust exhaustion more than happiness. We equate struggle with worth. We've learned to see pleasure as something that must be justified, earned, proven necessary. Somewhere along the way, pleasure stopped being human and started becoming suspicious. This didn't happen by accident. Let me show you the root. Industrialization turned time into money, and bodies into machines, and productivity became morality. If you were resting, you were wasting. If you were playing, you were lazy. If you were enjoying something that didn't produce an output, you were indulgent. Leisure became laziness. Rest became something that you had to earn. Pleasure without productivity was framed as wasteful, selfish, irresponsible. And here is the quiet truth underneath all of it. A culture built on extraction cannot encourage enjoyment. Because if people are fulfilled, if they are nourished, if they are genuinely at ease, they stop becoming desperate. They stop working themselves to death. They stop accepting conditions that drain them. So pleasure became dangerous. It had to become something we feel guilty about because satisfied people are harder to control. And capitalism found the perfect weapon: guilt. Think about the phrase guilty pleasure. Why does pleasure need to be guilty? Why does joy need to apologize for itself? We are sold this idea that fulfillment is this future reward, something that you get when you have worked hard enough, sacrificed long enough, proven yourself worthy enough. But until then, joy is frivolous. Rest needs to be optimized. Hobbies need to become side hustles. Creativity must be monetized to be valid. Even our joy has been asked to prove our worth. And so we stopped resting and we started to recover. We stopped playing and we started to optimize our downtime. We stopped creating just for the love of it and we started asking, but can I sell this? Every single moment, every single pleasure now has to justify its existence. And that is not freedom. That is exhaustion dressed up as ambition. And here's what happens to our body in the process. We replaced pleasure with dopamine. Let me explain the difference. Dopamine is anticipation. It's the chase. It's the scroll, the notification, the next thing. Dopamine says more, faster, keep going. It is not fulfillment, it is the promise of fulfillment. And our culture is designed to flood us with it. Endless scrolling, constant shopping, stimulation on top of stimulation, caffeine, sugar, substances, speed. These aren't moral failures, these are substitutions. Because when you're stressed, when your nervous system is dysregulated, when you are depleted and overwhelmed, you seek relief. And culture offers stimulation, not nourishment. Dopamine hits are fast and empty and exhausting. But real pleasure is slow. It's embodied. It's regulating. Dopamine leaves you wanting more, and pleasure leaves you satisfied. And here is the truth that nobody wants to say. We didn't become addicted because we're broken. We became addicted because we are deprived. And even when we rest, even when we try to feel good, the body resists. Relaxation triggers anxiety. Joy feels fleeting or dangerous. And stillness feels uncomfortable. If that is you, you are not broken. You are just conditioned. Many of us learned early on that safety is conditional, and that love and rest and softness had consequences. And so the nervous system adapted. It learned to stay alert, to brace, to never fully relax. Because relaxation felt like vulnerability, and vulnerability felt like danger. And so now, even when life feels safe, even when there's no real threat, the body still can't let go. Pleasure feels uncomfortable, not because it's wrong, but because it's unfamiliar. Your nervous system doesn't recognize it. It doesn't know what to do with ease, and so it treats it like a threat. And so if you feel anxious when you should feel good, or guilty when you should feel free, or restless when you should feel peace, that is not a character flaw. That is just a nervous system that is trained to survive, not to enjoy. And this is where glow comes in. This is why this step is not optional. Ground creates safety, and feel clears emotional residue. And glow replaces old pathways with new ones. When you experience pleasure in a regulated state, when you experience joy inside safety, your nervous system learns something new. It learns this is what we are living for. Not just survival, not just getting through, but aliveness, connection, and meaning. Pleasure teaches the body that life is worth engaging in, that softness isn't weakness and rest isn't laziness, that joy isn't frivolous. Joy becomes orientation, not the reward. It becomes the thing that guides your decision, the thing that clarifies what matters, the thing that fuels sustainable action. Glow is how the nervous system learns what it is living for. And let me be very clear about something. Pleasure is not escapism. Pleasure, it's political. This idea comes from the work of Adrienne Marie Brown and the philosophy of pleasure activism. The core insight is this: pleasure reconnects us to ourselves. It reconnects us to each other, and it makes us less desperate, less reactive, less controllable. When you are fulfilled, when you are genuinely nourished, when joy is a regular part of your life, you stop accepting conditions that deplete you. You stop saying yes to things that drain you. You stop tolerating systems that treat you like a machine, because you know what aliveness feels like now. And you're not willing to trade it for productivity, for approval, for the illusion of security. A regulated, fulfilled person is harder to exploit. They have boundaries, they have standards, they have a felt sense of what nourishes them and what depletes them. And they start making choices accordingly. And this is why pleasure has become dangerous. Because joy is a liberatory force. It restores you to yourself. And when you're whole and when you're resourced, when you are connected to what makes you feel alive, you become ungovernable, not in a chaotic way, but in a sovereign way. You stop giving your life away to systems that were never designed to give you anything back. And this is why glow must come before rise. This is why pleasure must come before productivity. Without glow, success feels empty. You cannot skip this step because you will hit that goal and feel nothing. You will achieve that milestone and wonder, was that it? Because there was no joy along the way, no pleasure, no aliveness, just grinding towards a finish line that moved the moment you got there. Without glow, purpose can't clarify, because purpose isn't found in your head. It is found in what lights you up, what makes you feel alive, what brings you joy even when nobody is watching. And if you have shut down your capacity to joy, you cannot recognize your purpose when it shows up. Without glow, motivation will collapse. And you will push and push and push, and eventually the body gives out because there's no fuel, there's no nourishment, there's no reason to keep going beyond I should. Glow informs what is meaningful. Glow informs sustainable creation. Glow makes work worth doing. You cannot rise towards a life that you don't enjoy. And if you're feeling resistance right now, if you feel that guilt creeping in, if there's a part of you that says, but I don't have time for this, that's normal. That makes sense. That resistance, that's conditioning. That guilt, it's learned. This isn't about your personality. This is about practice. It's about slowly and gently teaching your nervous system that pleasure is safe, that joy is not frivolous and rest is not weakness, and that your life, your one precious life, is not an endless march to exhaustion. Pleasure is not a distraction from life. Pleasure is what makes life livable. Glow is not optional. It is foundational. You don't heal so you can work harder. You heal so you can feel alive. And without glow, you will continue to search for something that joy was always meant to give you. This is the paradise path. Ground, feel, glow, create, and then rise. In the next series of videos, next month, we are going to be diving deep into the create phase and why this is a critical step if we want to reach our highest selves. This is the paradise path. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Welcome to Glow, and welcome to your return to paradise.